Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Make sure you like and subscribe. Become a member to the channel. Don't just subscribe, become a member. Get some of that merch and leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man, Devin Haney has PTSD, DSTB, TSDP, PTSD. The man got in there with Ramirez and totally disappointed the entire boxing community. Even his haters were disappointed in that performance, if you can call it that, of what he put on this past weekend. And I guess it's only right that we call it for what it was, right? A snooze fest. Snooze fest contest with some of the worst punch stats in 30, 40 years, something like that. Now, I will say this, and some of you are going to disagree. This video is about Devin, not Ryan. But although Ryan looked horrible against Rolly Romero, if Ryan and Devin rematch, I think the rematch should happen. But I'm going to tell you, I think Ryan will beat Devin. And the reason I'm saying that is because if Devin doesn't let his hands go, Ryan wins. If Ryan doesn't have anything to worry about as far as the punching power, like he had to worry about Rolly. Because obviously something was wrong with Ryan too, but we all know what was wrong with Ryan. He wasn't on that damn cocktail. But if Devin doesn't punch, it'll be just like Deontay Wilder against anybody right now. You don't let his hands go, you lose. But what a boring fight. I'm not even going to call it boring. How about we get a little bit more sophisticated, mundane? Everybody had negative things to say, from tweets to videos, everything. Because I think we all expected Devin Haney, who's a young cat, 26 years old, to really get in there and put on a dazzling display of speed, show some power. Now that he's not at 140 anymore, he's at a catch weight of 143. Even though I felt Ramirez would get him, because I thought Haney would stand and hold his ground and try to fight him, I still expected for Haney to put on a good showing. But my God, the only one who came to fighting there was Ramirez. Like, you could say Ramirez is slow, his feet are in cement, he's washed up, he's not half the man he was in regards to a fighter. Okay, cool. But you can't say he didn't come to fight. He was chasing Haney around. He was putting the pressure on Haney. He wasn't letting his hands go that much, but he wanted to engage him. But you can't do much with a guy who's, beep, beep, road runner and shit around the ring. Some people say, okay, well, it was a classic Devin Haney performance because Devin Haney is comfortable in his own energy. And that energy we saw in the ring is the Devin Haney energy. Now, I kind of agree with that, but I kind of disagree with that. Because Devin Haney's energy is defense first, offense second. But what you've seen with Devin, okay, is where I got to say, hold your horses. Let's not take it too stupid. He'll let his hands go. When he fought Linares, he boxed, but he let his hands go as he was moving. When he fought Lomachenko, he let his hands go. Okay, when he fought Kambosos, he let his hands go. When he fought Prograis, he let his hands go. When he fought Ryan, even though the first round he got clipped, then Devin won rounds 2 to 7, easy. Then he clipped him again, I think, in the 8th and then the other rounds after that. But what I'm saying is, Devin was still letting his hands go. So let's not act like the energy of Devin is to just not punch and run. Nah, that stuff he did this weekend was horrible. Horrible. So was it a classic performance, a vintage performance? I don't know if I want to say that. But what I will say is he's always been defensive minded. We've just never seen him really be a boxer runner like that, like Shakur Stevenson. But that being said, to me, I don't know if that was the worst fight of the year, like some people are saying, but that shit was bad. Skull is that was probably the worst fight of the year. Canelo and Skull was probably the worst fight of the year. I'm trying to think who else. Shakur Stevenson, De Los Santos, that was bad too. But all of them fights were just bad this weekend. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's just a serious like tsunami wave of negativity from everybody. It ain't even about just boxers, even casuals that are just like, what the hell was that? They're disappointed, and I can tell you, you got to remember we're coming off of that very mind blowing, beyond belief fight that happened between Conor Ben and Eubank Jr. Someone had the audacity to say Naoya Inoue against Cardenas was the fight of the year. I'm like, yo, McNicholas, did you not see Conor Ben and Eubank Jr.? That shit may have been fight of the decade. But that being said, it's going to be hard. It was hard for people to stay awake watching this Devin Haney bullshit because a lot of us were expecting something more distinct, more significant out of guys with such huge names. You got to understand, Conor Ben's name is big. Eubank Jr. has a big name, but the names aren't as big as the Devin Haneys, the Ryan Garcias, the Teofimos. And they definitely weren't getting paid as much as those guys, in my understanding, but they got paid good money. But consistently, they haven't made the kind of money like those guys. So we were expecting more, but people just struggled to stay away during that fight, man. I'm even surprised the judges were able to keep a score. I'm telling you, I was falling asleep on my live. Anybody who was on the live with me will tell you, we were struggling over here. I mean, I just feel Devin Haney got to figure out whatever it is that's preventing him from letting his hands go. This shit about, he trained with Shane Mosley, and that he was fighting the way Shane Mosley advised him. First of all, he fought the way his dad advised him. Let me tell you something about Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley's always been a dog, a lion. You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley's always been a scrapper. So you can say what you want about it was Shane Mosley's fault. No, it wasn't. I guarantee you, if Shane Mosley was advising him and coaching him, he'd have him scrapping. Shane Mosley was a scrapper. I can't see Shane Mosley getting to telling somebody to play it safe in coochie coo. You watch Shane Mosley's son, Shane Mosley Jr. fight. He ain't into the coochie coo. He's punching. He's fighting. But anyway, judges had an easy night, but a tough night. Is Devin Haney trash? Should Devin Haney retire? I don't know, man, but if he can't get beyond this Adrien Broner Maidana effect, Devin Haney's career is over. Okay, because he's been hit, he's been hurt by Ryan, who was juiced to the gills, and that's very unfortunate for Devin. But if he can't get beyond that, he's done. He's already been a guy who got criticized a lot for being in boring fights and he has a boring style. To come now and not have confidence in your chin or not want to punch because you don't want to get countered or you hit with something, you've just gone from boring to beyond boring, and it's going to hurt his marketability. That is going to hurt his career. Nobody. He. Let me tell you, 143. He's going to Adrien Broner path. People, that was Adrien Broner division, the 143, 144 pound division. Remember, Broner couldn't make 140, but he wasn't big enough and strong enough for the guys at 147. So he was floating right around in the middle somewhere. That's what Devin Haney is. Broner didn't want to let his hands go. Devin Haney don't let his hands go. And the sad thing about Devin is there ain't nothing but lions out there that Devin Haney's going to have to face. Ain't nothing but lions. And I'm going to tell you this. Him and his dad can make fun of Ryan. But I don't think they want to fight Ryan in a rematch. That's just me. You got to come out and just take a look, man. I mean, because in 40 years of CompuBox tracking, right? From what I'm understanding, the numbers in boxing, only 3 12-round fights have produced fewer landed punches. That is crazy. Looking at these numbers I got in front of me, Haney managed to connect with Ramirez 70 times, while Ramirez only did so on 30 occasions across a 12-round bout. That's horrible. That tally of 110 punches is less than 1/5 of the 582 in the Eubank Bend clash in North London. That's what I'm telling you. That was crazy. And Devin Haney, he landed a third of his punches. If I tell you that, it doesn't sound too bad, right? But when you think about it, a third of his punches with such a low punch output, that is horrible. Horrible. Anyway, we'll see what happens with Devin Haney going forward, but I'm telling you, I don't think Devin Haney, I don't think there's any more legs left with Devin Haney. And what I mean by legs is as far as his boxing career. I don't think so. There's no one out here who can come out and defend him. You can't. Remember, I'm not here trying to slam him. I was looking forward to him fighting. I was looking forward to him coming out here and, although I felt Ramirez would beat him, I was rooting for Devin. I wanted to see him fight. I wanted to see him redeem himself. But to think Devin Haney, after that performance, for him to go fight Ryan Garcia, look, man, I want the rematch to happen, but now that I'm sitting here and getting the emotions under control, I think Ryan will beat Devin. Because I don't think Devin let his hands go. Even if Devin beat Ryan, where's Devin going to go? He ain't going to 140. You're telling me Devin going to bubble up here to 147 pounds? You're telling me Devin going to fight Boots Ennis, Norman Jr., even Stan Eunice? Barrios fighting Pacquiao, but even Barrios, what about Santillon? That guy's a tornado. Sasaki, Rocha, Curiel, Palenko, who's making his name now. Chikadzian. You're trying to sit here and tell me Devin Haney's going to get up there and beat those guys? Come on, man. Let's be real. Rolly Romero is a top dog now. He picked up the WBA World Welterweight Championship. How about Devin fight Rolly? You think he would take that fight? I'm just saying. PTSD is real. I'm a veteran. I know what PTSD is. Not just from being in war. I'm just talking about when it comes to different experiences, traumatic events. I know how that can affect you. And me watching Devin in there, I'm telling you, Ryan Garcia messed him up, man. He messed him up. And I don't know how his sparring was, but it makes me wonder if Devin's had hard sparring or not, because he can't make me believe that he had hard sparring and he got in the ring and performed the way he did. You just can't make me believe that. Anyway, best of luck to Devin. I hate the fact that he fought Ryan Garcia and Ryan Garcia was juiced to the gills and beat the confidence out of him. But Devin out here is running like a dog in the prairie. He is running. He may have done more running than Shakur Stevenson. It seems like Shakur Stevenson got a little confidence now, but we're going to find out because Shakur Stevenson has signed up to face a goddamn monster when he's about to get out here and scrap with the 135-pound champion, WBC interim champion Zepeda. So we're going to see. Everybody talking shit. Everybody feeling good about themselves at Devin Haney's expense. And I'm going to tell you, Devin looked horrible in that fight. But I really feel bad that he's going through what he's going through because Ryan Garcia had to cheat to beat him, even though Devin got his O back. Ryan Garcia beat him in that fight, but he had to cheat to beat him. And now Devin is forever psychologically destroyed. And I'm going to tell you, for those saying Devin to bounce back, no, he won't. Look at Adrien Broner. I think Adrien Broner had more talent than Devin. I'll be honest with you. I think Broner had more talent than Devin. 130, 135, 140, 147. But you saw what happened when Broner got clipped and clipped badly. He was never the same. The only difference is I think Devin Haney has a better support system, and Devin Haney doesn't. I don't think he has all the bad habits that Broner had. But the problem is, the one thing they have in common is both of them have been badly clipped and badly embarrassed. And they've shown in the next fights that it's been tough for them to recover. And we just got to wait and see what's next for Devin. But I just don't think Devin has got the power, definitely not the mental endurance to push through this shit he's gone through with Ryan and this first fight with Ramirez to come now and even rematch Ryan or fight anybody who's got a puncher's chance. The real fight for Devin should be Rolly next. But he's not. I'm 100% confident he won't do it. If he fights Rolly, I'm telling you, I already plan on swimming across the river with man-eating crocodiles butt naked. But I just got to get my ticket to Australia. But if he signs to fight Rolly, and I haven't got my ticket to go to Australia yet, I will immediately go and get my ticket to go to Australia. So don't worry about that. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Let's see what's next for Devin. But everybody's slamming him. But I don't think his performance was worse than Skull's. I don't. Skull was atrocious. That was horrible. Anyway, keep cool in the break.